think the pitch is certainly important, but maybe not for the reasons that you're thinking it is, right?
Mhm.
It's for me, the pitch is important is because we want to understand how founders are selling their company essentially, right? And so if I'm sitting there, if you can't sell to an investor, then are you going to be able to sell to a customer? And so that's
Right.
that's the
Okay.
lens that I'm having, right? and
Right.
and
Okay.
you've got to have deep belief and conviction around the pain point that you're solving to to go into any customer, particularly. I mean, if you're a B2B enterprise SaaS company, to go
Mhm.
into a large enterprise and say, hey, we're going to disrupt. We're a new company. We have a new product, and we're going to disrupt a workflow or something else, right?
Mhm.
And that takes a very certain type of articulation and sale. And so that's a big thing that we're evaluating, right? Is the management team or the founders, do they have conviction around the product in the
Yeah.
market that they're selling into? And so I think that's a big piece of the pitch and the way we think about the pitch. Does it matter, the pictures that you throw on the different slides? Probably not.
Mhm.
I want to get to talking about, what does the traction look like? That is, really important.
Mhm.
And by the way, it almost doesn't matter what the answer is. There just needs to be a well articulated answer as to, right, because every company is going to be at a different stage.
Yep.
But where being able to explain where you are today, and then where you're going to get to in the next, call it, 12 months with the capital you're raising, and have that be realistic, right? I think the realistic piece is the other piece, like that particularly, for us at Camber Creek, that
Mhm.
we're vetting. If you tell me you're going to go raise $1 million to get to $100 million in revenue
Yeah.
in a small market, right? I'm sort of like, that's a little bit of a question mark. I'm not really sure. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's certainly like throwing up a yellow flag. And so I
Yep.
think, being realistic about, also the projections that you're putting forward, right? You can make any chart that has sort of that exponential growth curve, but it's the devil's in the details, right? And we're paying attention to